saying piece of cake is now considered to be Islamophobic? Welcome to batshit Britain. Hey up everyone and welcome to Political Nerds. I'm Steph the Alter Nerd, your nerdy political guide from Washington DC to Westminster and beyond. In today's video, I'm going to discuss how a university is telling us that we should stop saying the phrase piece of cake because it's too British and therefore can be hard to understand by foreigners. Are they essentially trying to say that the term piece of cake is Islamophobic because it's too British? Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not inciting hatred to anyone or a particular group, religion, etc. So let's jump into it with this article from The Telegraph, which, it's saying, don't say piece of cake now, you guys, because it's too British, one university is claiming. Now, for those that don't know, what does piece of cake mean? Well, it is not offensive in any way, shape or form. If people are thinking, well, you know, this university is saying stop saying piece of cake because it must be offensive in some way, shape or form. Not at all. Saying piece of cake is indicating that something can be easily accomplished. As in, you know, you have no trouble finding a house, it was a piece of cake. You had no trouble ringing your mate, it was a piece of cake. You had no trouble travelling from London to Nottingham. It was a piece of cake. That's it. That's it. Now, the expression piece of cake actually came from the Royal Air Force in the late 1930s for what they would consider an easy mission. So, for those that might be turning around and thinking, well, maybe the origins for the phrase piece of cake was a little bit dodgy. No! It came from our Royal Air Force. So the meaning of the phrase and where it originated would cause no offence in any way, shape or form. Yet we have this bonkers freaking University of Cardiff turning around and saying don't say it anymore because it's too British. And the foreigners just may not understand it. Is that one hop, skip and a jump away of basically saying that piece of cake is now considered to be as an Islamophobic term? What? And so here, the University of Cardiff is saying phrases like piece of cake and even kill two birds with one stone. We shouldn't be using it anymore because they're very British English and may not be understood by foreigners. Well, hang on a minute. How about the foreigners actually take the time to learn the meaning of these British phrases? Because they are in Britain. And so we do have British phrases. Trying to eradicate our British language, our British vernacular, for me, is another way of just trying to destroy our British culture. Get bent. I will proudly say it's a piece of cake. I will proudly say kill two birds with one stone. And not give a shiz if a foreigner doesn't understand it. If they don't understand it, guess what? They can ask. What does that mean? I would be happy to explain it to them. To anyone. But no, we can't say these terms anymore because the foreigners just may not understand it. Don't stop the foreigners actually asking us what these terms mean. The University of Cardiff has told students that such phrases do not usually translate well with other cultures. Not because people have poor English skills, but because this is very British English. Again, people, if they don't understand something, they can just easily ask what it means. There are things I don't understand. Do I take offence because I don't understand it? No! I ask the question, what do you mean by that? What does that mean? I've never heard of that before. Can you tell me the definition? Or, even better, go on your freaking phone and Google the thing. Like I did right here. For everyone that may not know what this phrase actually means. Now, the article goes on and says that other guidance issued in an equality, diversity and inclusion awareness module. Of course, diversity and inclusion was going to be included in this mess. Says that other common phrases should not be used because of their origin stories in ableism, racism, and sexism. Check this out, guys. This EDI guidance, right, is turning around and saying in the English language, many of those origin stories are based in ableism, the blind leading the blind, or racism like he's a slave driver, and in sexism like man up or like a girl. What? Wokeism gone mad. What is wrong in saying the blind leading the blind? That is not me being ableist. That is me turning around and essentially saying, we're being led by someone that doesn't have a clue. And guess what? We don't have a clue either. That's what it means. There's nothing wrong in saying it. Nothing wrong. For someone to turn around and say he's a slave driver, I don't see anything wrong with that. Because the meaning behind that is, my goodness, he's an absolute taskmaster, this dude or dudette. What's wrong in saying that? What's wrong in saying man up? Or you're just like a girl? Man up just means ball up. Regardless of whether your gender, whether you're male or female. Man up. Or you're just like a girl. Yeah. A sissy, whatever. What's wrong with this? This is wokeism gone mad. And now they're trying to erase our British culture by now attacking what we're actually saying, our British phrases. Keir Starmer turning around to President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. Straight to their faces, lying. Saying, no, we've got freedom of speech in the UK. There's nothing wrong. There's everything wrong. We do not have freedom of speech anymore. We are being told what to say, what not to say. Because it's either sexist or ableist, or Islamophobic, or offensive to foreigners because they just may not understand what piece of cake freaking means. What the deuce is this madness? Now, free speech campaigners accuse the university of attempting to police language. That's exactly what they're doing here. And warned that this guidance was calculated to turn every casual conversation into a political minefield. Absolutely. They're the freaking professionally offended. They'll get offended on anything. They'll find offence in anything that they can find, just to make themselves feel more superior and more important. And have this kind of thing of, well, you know, ethically we're better than you because this is offensive and this is why. Freaking get bent. I will say piece of cake all day long. And I will not have anyone turn around and say, no, you can't say it because it's too British and the foreigners may not understand. It comes amid a wider fear that free speech and academic freedoms are being eroded on British campuses because of the growth of cancel culture. I mean, thank goodness, right? I went to university 20 years ago. My goodness, it is a different world now. It's a different world in universities now. 20 years ago, we didn't have any of this BS. Now, I feel sorry for the students going to university and going through the academic system. Because woke culture has got an absolute stranglehold on the academic world at the moment. To the point where they're now literally saying, don't say piece of cake because it's too British, guys. Lord Young, the founder of the Free Speech Union, told the Mail on Sunday, quote, language guides like this are always badged as inclusive, but in fact they are exclusionary. Exactly. Because they're excluding us, the British people, our British vernacular, the way we say things. For the university to turn around and say, oh, this is exclusionary, but stop saying piece of cake. How is that exclusionary? Sorry, how is that inclusive? Let me get my teeth back in here because I'm really riled up on this. For a university to turn around and say, stop saying piece of cake because it's too British. How is that inclusive for all? It's inclusive for everyone else but the freaking British people that live here in the first place. Using our British language, our British vernacular, our British sayings. Lord Young's right. Language guys, they always have this kind of disguise of, oh, we're being inclusive, but really, no, they're being exclusionary. He then says the Free Speech Union has defended over 3,500 people in the past 3 years. Many of them are older people who have been accused of hate speech for not using the correct woke phrase of something or the other. Now, Cardiff University spokesperson has spoken out, saying our Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Awareness module was created through the collaboration of EDI experts from our institution and students. Oh, yeah, because that's going to make it all better. Oh, well, no. This whole guideline, this whole module, it was created by EDI experts and students. That doesn't make it any better. It's still turning around and saying, stop being too British. Stop saying British sayings. They then say feedback from students revealed that 85% rated the module as good to excellent, while 92% felt the concepts were effectively explained. This is all BS, because these students have grown up in this new world of wokeism. As far as I'm concerned, wokeism has brainwashed a lot of these people, a lot of these students, and they need to wake the hell up. As a university, we take pride in our initiatives promoting equality, diversity and inclusion. Yeah, inclusion, as long as it's not too British. As long as it's not too British, oh, then they'll include you. But if you're too British, oh, no, it's too British, it's too British. Foreigners may not understand, it's Islamophobic, it's ableist, it's racist, blah, 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 blah. You can't be saying that. It is laughable that they turn around and they say they take pride in promoting equality, diversity and inclusion. Remember where you live. You're in Britain. You're going to be hearing British language, British vernacular, British sayings and British phrases. It's Britain. What the deuce? But now apparently saying piece of cake could be offensive to foreigners, because they may not understand it. Is that a hop, skip and jump away basically saying that piece of cake is now Islamophobic? They're saying that blind leading the blind is now ableist. That calling someone a slave driver is now considered racist. They will find offence in anything that they can find. Essentially to try and make them superior, make them feel superior. Give them a sense of power over everyone else, to try and control us as to what we can say and what we cannot say. Well, I'm going to continue saying piece of cake. And anyone that's got a problem with that, with that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course, there's going to be more, you do not want to miss my next video, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe here at Political Nerds. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatevers. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.